Hello! Thank you so much for clicking on this video today, I appreciate it. If it has been a while since you last saw me, I will now address the elephant in the room. I got bangs! I mean, no, I'm a woman now. Surprise! So yeah, I'm a transgender woman. My pronouns are she, they, and I am continuing to use the name Charlie. Those are the headlines. So what is this? Why am I here today? I'll get into the why a little bit later, but I have decided that I am interested in sort of dipping my toe back into the waters of YouTube, seeing how it feels. I've been gone for quite a while. A lot's changed, and I felt like maybe if I came back, perhaps I might enjoy doing it again. And I thought that might be nice, so we're gonna see how it goes. And so for the first video back, I figured I'd kind of just like take the pressure off and do a chill little Q&A type thing and answer the question, whatever happened to Charlie is so cool like? That's the clickbait title, but I will be telling you, because I happen to know. I asked my followers on Instagram if they had any questions for me that they'd like me to answer in this video. I received quite a lot. A lot of people did ask the same questions though, so I've taken, I guess, the most popular ones, and I'll be answering them now, because that's what this video is. Let's start off with the easy ones. Are you still living in Canada? Yes, I am. If anyone doesn't know, I'm based in Toronto, Ontario these days. I've been here for about 5.5 years, very much enjoy it here, and no plans on leaving anytime soon. That's what we say here in Canada, we say Are you in a relationship at the moment? The easy ones, she said. No, I'm not. One of the things that I kind of discovered during my time away from YouTube is that I probably would have had a much more enjoyable time making videos if I had been able to establish some healthy boundaries. And I think that I have discovered that this is very much one of those boundaries. I don't know if it becomes relevant, if I feel like discussing it more, then I will. But this is one of those things where I think I'll just say, I'm single, now let's move on. And thank you for respecting those boundaries. What lipstick do you use? So this person is referring to this lipstick that I have on right now, which I did wear in that Instagram story where I asked people for questions. It's the Sephora own brand English Rose Lip Stain. That's what it is, and I like it a lot. Thank you for everyone who's complimented me on it. All I did was put it on my face. Do you still watch Doctor Who? A lot of people ask me about Doctor Who, which makes sense. I did sort of make it my brand for a very long time here. I have not caught up on the recent Doctor Who. I watched Jodie Whittaker's first season, and it's not that I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't watch any more. But I will say I am very much looking forward to the renewed version of Doctor Who. Russell T Davies is coming back, David Tennant's coming back, and then Ncuti is taking over as the new Doctor, and I think that's maybe what I'm most excited by. He looks incredible, and I love him in Sex Education, so I'm going to be watching the new stuff, for sure. The show can always change a lot, and with the new change, it's given me a reason to want to come back, so yeah, I think I might be getting back into Doctor Who. Don't f*** it up, Russell! Any plans of making music? Yes, but not in the way that I think you might expect. I got myself one of these. It's a pocket operator from Teenage Engineering. It's a tiny little sequencer synthesizer box that sort of makes video gamey, chiptune, 8-bit kind of music. It's been really nice just to be making music for myself and just for fun, with no other goal than just can I make something that I like, and I've been enjoying that a lot. Did your public persona stop you from embracing your identity? This question is kind of incredible. Yes, is the answer, and I was kind of a little shocked when I saw it, because I was like, you really hit the nail on the head with that one. So I stopped making YouTube videos because making them made me feel unhappy. And when I decided I was going to leave YouTube, the kind of reason that I gave people was I felt like I came up with this internet persona, Charlie is so cool. When I was 16 years old, and, you know, clearly I was not that person. And so I felt like it was really beneficial to me to take this big step away from YouTube to be able to really figure out who the hell I am. And I have done a lot of work on that. And I do think that not having to worry about being charlieissocoollike really did help me to have the space to figure out who I actually am. And so now that I've done that work, the idea of coming back to YouTube feels kind of good, because now I'm like, well, I can bring my true self to this platform. And that is actually, like, exciting. I didn't think I would ever be at this point where I would actually be excited by the idea of coming back to this platform that used to make me feel unhappy. I guess maybe that's what happens when you work on yourself. You just start to feel better. So that's nice. Favorite game of 2022? From self-growth to video games. Without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite video game of 2022 was Tunic. If anyone hasn't played Tunic, and if you like Zelda games, or like a little touch of Dark Souls in there maybe, if you like puzzles, Tunic has the best puzzle at the heart of the game that I've ever experienced in any video game, which is honestly the reason why it is my favorite game of last year. Plus, it's got a cute little fox. I mean, just play Tunic. It is so good. How was the process of growing your hair out? One of the things that happened during the pandemic is a lot of male-presenting people started growing their hair out because, I don't know, it was slightly more socially acceptable because people couldn't go out and have haircuts. And as a result, when I started growing my hair out, it was like just a sort of a given thing that you would like try it and see how it looks, because this is the times we live in. And it was a pretty good cover story, not gonna lie. What's your sexuality, if you don't mind answering? I don't mind answering this. I'm bisexual. This was another thing that I discovered through my process of self-discovery, and I'm realizing I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean, I guess I can say that some people see bisexuality as being attracted to men and women, and for me it's more somebody else's gender identity doesn't have a significant impact on whether or not I find them attractive, which is another way of saying that, yes, non-binary people are included in my bisexuality as well. Why did you delete your old videos? A lot of people have been asking this, why I decided to take down my old videos, and if you didn't sort of instinctively get why I would have made that decision, I'm happy to explain it. As I was going through the process of coming out publicly as transgender, it was important to me to make sure that any internet space that I had control over presented me as the person that I am now in the gender identity that I have. And so I went through the process on all of my social media, on my Twitter, I barely use anymore, and on my Instagram as well, just removing any images of myself where I was male presenting. And I went through that process on YouTube as well. And it just so happens that every single one of the videos that I uploaded features me, so I privated all of them. I know that a lot of people really appreciate those older videos, and I haven't decided what to do on this front yet. I'm considering the possibility of maybe making them unlisted instead of privated, as that way they wouldn't show up in search results, but if you want to watch them, you can. But yes, as much as I understand that people do like those old videos, for me, I didn't want them to be the thing that people saw when they Googled my name. And I just hope people will kind of respect that decision. Also, like, I don't know, if you made a bunch of videos when you were a teenager and put them on YouTube, would you still want people to watch them? Like, gender identity aside? I don't know, they're just kind of cringe. What's something that you've learned recently that your younger self would have benefited from? You're a woman. Obviously, it would be lovely to go to my younger self and say, have you considered that maybe those thoughts you're having about wanting to be a woman could mean that you're transgender? Just saying. But I think if I was to, give some actual advice, it would be, it's okay to change. It's a little unhelpful I guess, to think, oh, I wish I could go back and start this sooner, because obviously, yeah, but also, like, I can't. So I have to be happy with having started it, you know, more recently, having started it at all. But just, yeah, being able to go back to my younger self and being like, you can be whoever you want, you know, don't let anybody else's perception of you impact the person that you want to be. It's okay to explore yourself. I just really wish I'd cared less about what other people think of me. I really, really don't care these days, and it's great. Anything you're anxious about coming back to YouTube? Yeah. The transphobes. I know you're out there. Thanks for watching. I don't have anything else to say about that one. Yes, I'm nervous coming back. I just didn't want to pretend I wasn't. What video games have you been playing recently? I've been playing Stardew Valley again. I started a new farm in Stardew, and I have been streaming Stardew on Twitch as well for anyone who wants to check in on Frog Farm. I have also been playing a lot of Beat Saber. I got really into Beat Saber. Are you working on anything new that you're particularly excited about right now? Yes, I have started learning how to make video games. I've been learning Unity, and I've been making this 2D platformer game, and it's super generic, except for the character who's a hot frog. She's hot. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I have been working on that, and I've been finding it incredibly creatively fulfilling, and hopefully one day Hot Frog Adventure will see the light of day, but if not, I am just really enjoying making it. Favorite film you've seen lately? I'm just gonna say Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I feel like didn't come out super recently, but it came out last year, and it was my favorite film of last year. Loads of people raved about that movie, but I loved it to bits. I loved watching a film that shoved so many creative ideas in your face, but also had an incredible heart to it as well. It wasn't like, here's a bunch of creativity to distract from the fact that we don't have an interesting story. It had both. Incredibly touching film and just like a visual marvel, and if you haven't seen it, then you just have to. You just have to. Would fun science still be a thing you're interested to pursue? One of the things that I want to make clear as I kind of sidestep back into YouTube is I'm really not interested in rehashing stuff that I've done previously. If I was like genuinely excited by the idea of rebooting fun science, for example, then I would do that. But I currently am much more excited by the idea of making something completely new. Also, to be completely honest, I put a lot of work into the fun science videos, and in the end, people were not that interested in watching them, which is completely fine, but it does sort of make it difficult to justify making more. Have you considered changing your name? So I mentioned this at the top of the video, but I felt like it would be good to sort of delve into a little bit more. I have decided to keep my name, Charlie, and it does seem like some people are confused by that. I guess some people expect that when somebody comes out as trans that they will change their name, but my legal name is still Charles, and I do plan on changing that, but it almost feels like I kind of picked my chosen name a long time ago, right? Charlie is a gender-neutral name. There are just as many men with the name Charlie as there are women. There's no reason for me not to continue using it. So yeah, my name is still Charlie, because Charlie is a girl's name, and that's how that works. How's Gideon doing? Gideon. When I pictured this part of the video in my head, I would be able to like draw him out of wherever he is, so I could show him on camera, and you would all go, "Oh, he's so cute," but I have no idea where he is. He's doing well, though. He is so affectionate these days. Every night when I get into bed, he comes up into bed with me and he lets me spoon him like a little real living teddy bear, and it's very, very cute. I'm very lucky to have him in my life. He does feature heavily on the Twitch streams. We give him a little treat every stream. If you do want to see more of Gideon, since he's not here today, I don't know where he is. How is Puberty Part 2 going? Yeah, In case anybody is curious about my transition, I have started Puberty 2. If any of you are out there and you're questioning whether or not you might be transgender, if the idea of going through a second puberty actually makes you feel excited, it's possible you might be trans. Yeah, I started HRT 4 months ago. Hormone replacement therapy, for anyone who doesn't know. I mean, I don't know. I've been having a lot more emotions than I used to. And I'm trying to really see that as a good thing, as someone I think who was a little emotionally stunted. But my body's changing in ways that I enjoy. So that part of puberty too, I am appreciating very much. Are you enjoying doing Twitch streams? Yes, is the answer. I really didn't think I would be interested in doing like anything content creation wise again after I quit YouTube, but I have found Twitch to be incredibly fulfilling. Genuinely, I have connected with the people who watch me on a deeper level through Twitch than I feel like I was ever able to do on YouTube. No offense, YouTube, but there is something about the live interaction with people that is it's just special. And I do also want to say, like, if you're not interested in Twitch, then you don't have to come to the streams. It's completely fine. I know that the idea of watching somebody play video games is not for everybody, but to the Twitch fam, you know who you are, and I appreciate you a lot, and thank you for watching my video. It's nice to see you too. Are you still doing screenwriting? If so, what kind of stuff have you been working on? I think the reason that this is a little scary for me to talk about is, like, when I left YouTube, I felt like it was very important for me to quit YouTube and say, I'm gonna go and do this other thing, which for me was screenwriting, and like be successful at that. And I kind of, I guess, put my eggs in that basket instead. And I now realize that that was kind of a damaging thing for me. I mean, I definitely had some success with it. I got to write a show that people spent millions of dollars on and Don Cheadle was in. Like, it's not like I failed by any means. But I think it's important for me now to be like, more screenwriting stuff will happen if and when it happens, and that's fine. The important thing for me right now is to be creating stuff that I enjoy, making stuff that makes me happy, that I hope will make other people happy as well. If that medium is in Twitch streaming, if it's in screenwriting, if it's in film, if it's here on YouTube, if it's making little songs on my Game Boy looking motherfucker. Am I gonna swear in these videos? I don't know. I just like making stuff and sharing it with people, and I hope that people like it, and that's it. Anyway, I know this wasn't really the question that was asked, just like, what are you working on writing-wise? But that is the honest answer to that question. I would love to do more screenwriting. We'll just see it if it happens. How are you? A lot of people asked this question, and I ignored it for quite a while, because I was like, that's not really a question, but it genuinely does seem like a lot of people just want to know, like, how are you? Like, just generally speaking. And I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more confident than I ever have. I'm feeling happy, and, you know, and I'm not going to pretend that life is, like, easy, but I'm excited by my life right now. I feel like I'm living my life right now. Yeah. I don't feel like I was really there for it before, and I feel like I'm in it now. I'm present. And that feels pretty good, man. Yeah. Most of these questions, I'd kind of figured out what I was going to say before I said it, and that one I actually hadn't figured out. But yeah, that's the truth. I wasn't really living my life until now. It feels good to be living it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.